Alan News.
What will your impact be? Making the impact that matters in Ghana. While we explore this theme, it's important to hash what John Maxwell said many years ago, that a leader is one who knows the way, who goes the way, and shows the way. This evening, we're blessed to have Ghana's Minister for Trade and Industry, a man who is a trailblazer and has shown through his very illustrious corporate life that it's possible to make an impact wherever you are. Today, he serves in the capacity as Ghana's Minister for Trade and Industry, showing us that our future can rebound and, ladies and gentlemen, leapfrog from aid to trade on the back of industrialization. Ladies and gentlemen, his work speaks far more than anything I can say, but I believe tonight he will make a good impression on us on what this theme really means for this celebration. It is with joy and a profound sense of privilege that I invite to speak to us the Honorable Alan Kyerematen.
What's up, everyone? Kwesiata, the second Omani of the Uga traditional area. My colleague, the Deputy Minister for Finance and the Honorable Member of Parliament for Etiwa East. My brother, Dr. Festus, Honorable Member for Upper Denchira East. The former Director General of the Audit Service, Professor Bia Ajiman, the Country Managing Partner for Deloitte Ghana, and the CEO, Chief Operating Officer for Deloitte West Africa, Neme, and past Managing Partners and leadership of Deloitte in Ghana, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Judging from the joyous atmosphere here, I'm sure you have very little appetite for a prepared political speech. So I'll try and make some remarks off the cuff. 75 years in the life of any organization is worth celebrating, particularly for an organization like Deloitte that has provided such superlative service to our country, both to the public sector and to the private sector. And on an occasion like this, it's also appropriate for us to recognize the contribution of the founding fathers, the past managing partners, management and staff of Deloitte. But as you look back on 75 years, I'm very certain that your focus now is on how you survive in the next 75 years. And in this regard, I want to assure you of the commitment of government to accompany you along this journey for the next 75 years. We decided as a government to continue with the program, but with a clear determination to exit from the IF program to allow us the fiscal space to be able to access the international capital markets. And within a record period of 1.5 years, we were able to do so without acrimony. This is what has set us on the path of reforms in the macroeconomic environment. We took over an economy that was growing at 3.4% at the end of 2016. In our first year in office, we managed to increase our growth rate to 8.4%. And subsequently, in 2018 and 2019, we achieved growth over 6%. Unfortunately, when COVID struck, it set us on a very difficult path And in 2020, at the height of the pandemic, we were able to grow only at 0.5%, significantly declining our efforts that we had initiated. This is one of the few countries in the world that has been producing goods that we are currently importing. But more importantly, also to set the country along the path of an export-led economy. But we've gone beyond the one district, one factory. We realized that for over a century, probably even before 1947 when Deloitte started its journey, we realized that the country has depended on one commodity, cocoa, for over a century. Obviously, this is not a sustainable path for transformation. So we've sought over the last 5.5 years to diversify the economy away from cocoa and gold. And we've introduced 10 new strategic anchor industries, which would expand the base of our economy. Because it's only when you expand the base of your economy that you can borrow and achieve that sustainability. So we introduced new sectors like vehicle assembly and component manufacturing. Again, I'm sure people now can see the benefits of that vision, where you have 5 of the leading automobile companies in the world now setting up assembly plants in the country. So, at least we are showing the way. But we've also set the country along the path of becoming the leading manufacturing hub for pharmaceuticals in West Africa. And again, very soon we realize that we've extended our reach beyond West Africa. We are also aggressively pursuing an agenda to develop an integrated bauxite and aluminum industry. For many years, we've been shipping across our borders our bauxite without adding value. And for the first time, government has set up a corporation and an authority that is developing the full value chain from bauxite to alumina to aluminium. But we've gone beyond bauxite. We are also developing an iron ore and steel industry. And I'm sure most of you are aware that Ghana is one of the few countries that has manganese, which complements with iron ore to give you steel. We also want to depart from the experience of other African countries that have used their oil and gas resources without adding value. So we are also aggressively pursuing a program of establishing a petrochemical industry in Ghana, because it's through the petrochemical industry that you get plastics, you get bitumen, gas produces fertilizer. And so when you have aluminium and you have steel and you have plastics, they provide the components for your auto industry. So everything that we are doing reinforces each other. And our One District, One Factory program is also the anchor for agro industry. And I could go on and on and on. But we have not stopped at reforms in the industrial sector, because we realize that agriculture also is the mainstay of our economy. So we've introduced significant reforms in the agricultural sector. We've introduced the planting and food program. We've introduced the planting for export and rural development. We've established a tree crop authority which is looking at rubber, coffee, and then other tree crops. We are also now going to establish a grain development authority which will replicate what we are doing with the tree crops. So industry is being reformed, agriculture is being reformed, the financial sector is being reformed, but we believe that the best legacy that we can leave as a government is to reform our educational sector. And it's on this basis that we've also introduced the free SHS program. And now we are going beyond that also to introduce reforms in the technical and vocational education sector, which is what is going to support our industrialization drive. So I can go on and on in almost every sector of the government. But I make these remarks to reassure Deloitte and that government is going to accompany you on the next phase of your journey in Ghana. I thank you and God bless you.